Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and we got another story of corruption for you from the Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell and his jail cops. And I already did one story on it, but we just got the IA report, internal investigations report on it, and it is huge, it is big, and I'm going to attach it after this. Like I told you, it is huge and it is big. So yeah, this is like one of the biggest videos I've done. But I finally realized I did not know this. In a PDF format, you can just select copy, and this is actually pictures of the document, but it's got a built-in reader. And holy crap, it took it all. I put it into a reader, and it's a long report. But anyways, I never knew that. Now you guys know too. But so this is what pisses me off about this is you guys know and I know that they crucify us on their Charlotte County Sheriff's Facebook page if we do something wrong. They crucify us in the newspaper every single day. If you're busted, you're in there. Here's a road pirate for victimless crimes. So every single day, you're crucified for stuff you do, but they actually did get busted. Some of the jail cops took a picture of a guy that was freaking out. He put poop on his face. They took a picture and they posted it on Facebook. And a bunch of them got busted for it. They got reprimanded. They got a couple of them got a couple days off, and one got 1 day off. But here's the thing. Like I said, we're crucified with our pictures and usually addresses and everything in the newspaper, on Facebook, and we have a charge, a misdemeanor or a federal felony offense. They have no charge. Alright? They degraded a freaking human being that was caged by them, kidnapped, probably for another victimless crime. And yeah, we have no picture, there's no misdemeanor, no felony charge, just okay, you lost you get a day off basically. Oh, like that? Wow. Who doesn't want a day off? I wish I could have a day off. So that's the part that pisses me off with this. Yeah, just think of that, how we're crucified, but they get a day off without pay. Ooh, wow. Like I said, I wish, a bunch of us wish we could. Anyways, here's a report. Like I said, it is huge. I am going to do the reader for this after this. Internal investigations. CDFC, Christine Schmidt. CDFC, Michael Wiles. CD, Ryan Buckley. And Sergeant, Integrity, Professionalism, Trust. Really? Then why the fudge you keep busting you corrupt people in your agency? Because it's corrupt. Because it's not integrity. It's not professional. And there is no trust, you dicks. So anyways, we're going to rip to the bottom here where they were busted. For some reason, these are real pictures, so their screen reader wouldn't do this. But let me see. It's in here. It's in here. See, actually, a bunch of people got. So yeah, right here, inter-office memo. Okay, you guys are busted. And then yeah, Schmidt, she got a sustained 48 hours, 6 months. Let me see. Christine Schmidt again, 48 hours, 6 months. Ryan Buckley, sustained 24-hour suspension. We got Ryan Buckley, sustained 24-hour suspension. So they did get Michael Wiles, sustained 24 hours. But there again, like I said, we're our face is everywhere. We actually have a charge of a misdemeanor, and that's all they got is this. So I want you to think about that and think how that's a freaking double standard, freaking bull crap. They're basically above the law again, and when we get crucified and they do not. And that's why I run COPWATCH, and every single one of you people listening to this needs to start it where you have police in your area, where you have a sheriff in your area, and where you have state police. Period. Get off your anus, or we are not going to have a country. Damn it.
IA 16-10. Summary of the original complaint. On October 12, 2016, at approximately 1215 hours, Nurse Alea Morse. Hereinafter Nurse Alea was scrolling through Instagram, a social media site. Nurse Alea came across a picture which appeared to be a/inmate at CCSO. Inmate Leland McDaniel number 89212. This was posted on Corrections Deputy 1st Class Christine Schmitz, hereinafter CDFC Schmidt, Instagram account. Nurse Alea later printed the picture and brought it to Corporal Howard Newsome's. Hereinafter Corporal Newsome, attention. She emailed it to Corporal Newsome as well. On October 12, 2016, at approximately 1735 hours, Corporal Newsome received a call from Nurse Alea. She advised him someone had posted a picture on Instagram of inmate McDaniel and had made a meme of it. Corporal Newsome advised her to email him a copy of the photograph, print a copy, and complete an incident report regarding the matter. At approximately 1811 hours, Corporal Newsome received 2 emails from medical in the jail. One email was Nurse Alea's report, the second email was a photograph of the meme. Corporal Newsome printed a color copy of the photograph and forwarded both the picture and the report via email to Sergeant Thomas Christensen. Once all comments were completed, the report was printed and all signatures were applied. At this time, Nurse Alea advised she discovered the photograph at approximately 1215 hours. Corporal Newsome asked her why she waited so long to report this. She advised at the time she saw the photo she did not think anything of it. As time went by, she began to think about it and felt the need to report it, but she didn't want to get anyone in trouble. Corporal Newsome advised her in the future, situations like that need to be reported immediately. Integrity, professionalism, trust. PAGEI 1. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. CDFC Christine Schmidt is notified of IA and told to remove picture by LT. Tabitha Carter. On October 13, 2016, Lieutenant Tabitha Carter, hereinafter Lieutenant Carter, was advised by Captain Melissa Turney to go to CDFC Schmidt's residence to give her an envelope from the sheriff's office. Before leaving the facility, Lieutenant Carter wanted to contact CDFC Schmidt via phone to confirm she was home. Lieutenant Carter called CDFC Schmidt and asked her if she was home. CDFC Schmidt advised she was not. Lieutenant Carter asked CDFC Schmidt if she could meet her at her house in order to give her an envelope from the sheriff's office. CDFC Schmidt asked Lieutenant Carter what the letter was in reference to. Lieutenant Carter advised her it was a closed envelope with a confidential stamp on it. Upon meeting with CDFC Schmidt, Lieutenant Carter handed her the envelope and told her she needed to take care of a few things. Lieutenant Carter told CDFC Schmidt she would need to remove the photo involving inmate McDaniel from her social media and call Lieutenant Carter's office phone once it was completed. CDFC Schmidt asked if she could just remove it in front of Lieutenant Carter. Lieutenant Carter told CDFC Schmidt no, to just remove it and call once it's done. CDFC Schmidt then asked if she was going to lose her job. Lieutenant Carter told her she did not know any details but advised CDFC Schmidt she needed to be honest regarding the situation. CDFC Schmidt stated she didn't want to lose her job. Lieutenant Carter advised CDFC Schmidt to report to Human Resources at 8 a.m. the next day, October 14, 2016. When Lieutenant Carter returned back to the jail, she confirmed CDFC Schmidt had called and left a message stating the photo had been deleted from Instagram. Summary of Corrections Sergeant Robert Foote's sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 6:10 p.m., I met with Corrections Sergeant Robert Foote. Hereinafter Sergeant Foote, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Sergeant Foote was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. Sergeant Foote also read and signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. He advised he understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. Integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI2. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Foote advised he was the shift supervisor the evening of October 10, 2016. At the beginning of shift, around 1800 hours, he got a call from HPOD advising an inmate, later identified as Leland McDaniel, had smeared feces on himself and his cell window. Upon his arrival, Sergeant Foote advised an officer to stand in front of the cell window to make sure inmate McDaniel didn't hurt himself. Eventually, SGT Foote and some other officers were able to get inmate McDaniel cuffed, showered, and cleaned up without any problems. Afterwards, inmate McDaniel was taken to C1 pod for observation. Sergeant Foote advised he took pictures of inmate McDaniel during the incident for the purpose of documentation. Sergeant Foote later transcribed the pictures into a Word document. He then scanned and attached the photos to the incident reports the officers wrote. I asked Sergeant Foote if he knew anything about one of the photos he took of inmate McDaniel during the incident being put on social media. Sergeant Foote relayed on October 14, 2016, when he returned back to work, Sergeant Nicole Cruz. Hereinafter Sergeant Cruz showed him a picture on her smartphone after briefing. The picture was inmate McDaniel with some captions on it saying something about staying in school. Sergeant Foote said Sergeant Cruz told him the picture came from CDFC Schmidt. I asked Sergeant Foote if he knew anything more about the social media posting or if he had heard any of the squad members talking about it. He said no. Sergeant Foote did say they learned a couple days later the incident was going to be investigated and they were not to talk about it amongst themselves. I asked Sergeant Foote if he knew how the picture may have gotten from the jail onto social media. His response was the picture was on a Word document in Zurcher. Sergeant Foote went on to say you could simply copy and paste the picture and send it to any email address or anyone you wanted to. Summary of Corrections Sergeant Nicole Cruz sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 6:42 p.m., I met with Corrections Sergeant Nicole Cruz. Hereinafter Sergeant Cruz, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing her involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Sergeant Cruz was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. Sergeant Cruz also read integrity, professionalism, trust PAGEI3. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. And signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. Sergeant Cruz advised she understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. Sergeant Cruz advised she worked the night of October 10, 2016, however, she was not involved in the original call regarding inmate Leland McDaniel. Some of her staff from intake did respond to HPOD to assist, she did not. Sergeant Cruz stated on October 12, 2016, while she was off duty, she received a message from Nurse Kim making her aware of the posting on Instagram. Once she found out about it, she messaged her supervisor, Lieutenant Kilby, who was working the night shift. Lieutenant Kilby was not aware of it at the time. I asked Sergeant Cruz how she personally saw the posting. She said she went to DEP Schmidt's public Instagram and viewed it. When Sergeant Cruz returned to work on October 14, 2016, several of her staff members asked her why CDFC Schmidt was off the schedule and blacked out. She told them she had no idea. Then after shift briefing she got with Sergeant Fout. She told him about the posting CDFC Schmidt had put on her Instagram, in case anyone was talking about it. I asked Sergeant Cruz if she had heard anyone talking about the posting or if she had any idea how it may have gotten from the jail to social media, and her response was, "I have no idea." Summary of Corrections Deputy Ryan Buckley's sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 7:07 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy Ryan Buckley. Hereinafter DEP Buckley, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DEP Buckley was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. DEP Buckley also read and signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. He advised he understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. DEP Buckley confirmed he was working on the night of October 10, 2016. At the beginning of shift, around 1800 hours, he went to HPOD to do a med pass. Corrections Deputy First Class Mike Wiles, hereinafter CDFC Wiles, came in. Integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 4. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Behind him. Both he and CDFC Wiles were assigned to escort for the entire shift. As they entered the pod, inmates were yelling. DEP Buckley noticed an inmate, later identified as Leland McDaniel, was rubbing his own feces all over his face, body, mirror, and cell window. DEP Buckley said he and CDFC Wiles stood by inmate McDaniel's closed cell door and notified their supervisor. Once the supervisor, Sergeant Fout, arrived, they took inmate McDaniel out of his cell. They got him showered and his cell cleaned up without any issues or problems. Inmate McDaniel was later escorted to CPOD to be placed in a cell for evaluation and observation purposes. I asked DEP Buckley if he completed an incident report. He advised he did not. I also asked DEP Buckley if he had any knowledge of Sergeant Fout taking pictures during the incident. His response was yes. I asked DEP Buckley if he did anything with the pictures. He replied I did. DEP Buckley went on to say I'm actually the one who made the picture she decided to post, she meaning CDFC Schmidt. DEP Buckley said it was the end of the night and he and CDFC Wiles were reviewing the reports that had been written. As they were looking at the picture of inmate McDaniel, DEP Buckley said he asked CDFC Wiles if there was any way he could send the picture to him. CDFC Wiles replied, "Yeah, I think so." I asked DEP Buckley how CDFC Wiles eventually sent him the picture. He advised CDFC Wiles sent it to his personal email address. DEP Buckley went on to say he later put the lettering on the picture and sent it to CDFC Schmidt via text message to show CDFC Wiles because he didn't have CDFC Wiles' personal phone number. DEP Buckley said it was never made to be posted or put out on public display. DEP Buckley advised he created the meme on his personal iPhone at home and confirmed it said the face you make when you realize you should have tried harder in school. DEP Buckley said the phrase he made up was referring to CDFC Wiles and the face that was being made in the picture. It was not in any way referring to inmate McDaniel. Toward the end of the taped statement, I asked DEP Buckley if there was anything he would like to add or if there was anything I didn't cover. His response was it's Very unfortunate, and I'm very ashamed of it. It wasn't supposed to go anywhere like this. I never thought for 1 second someone would post it. I thought that was integrity, professionalism, trust PUNTA. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Just common knowledge. DEP Buckley ended by saying, "That's everything. That's the truth. I just hope everything works out." Summary of Corrections Deputy William Holzapfel's sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 6:10 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy William Holzapfel, hereinafter DEP Holzapfel, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DEP Holzapfel was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. DEP Holzapfel also read and signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. He advised he understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. DEP Holzapfel advised on October 10, 2016, at the beginning of shift, around 1800 hours, he got a call to respond to HPOD. Upon his arrival, he discovered inmate Leland McDaniel had smeared feces on himself and the cell window. They got inmate McDaniel to comply and submit to hand restraints, then escorted him to the shower to clean him up. DEP Holzapfel also remembered Sergeant Fout arrived on scene and took pictures. DEP Holzapfel did not complete any type of incident report regarding his involvement. I asked DEP Holzapfel if he knew anything about any of the photos taken during the incident ending up on social media. DEP Holzapfel said he didn't know anything about the picture being posted on Instagram until Sergeant Fout told him about it on Friday, October 14, 2016. DEP Holzapfel had no idea how the picture got out on social media or even what the picture looked like or said. He did hear it was posted by CDFC Schmidt, but that was all he knew. DEP Holzapfel said he didn't even know he was in the picture until he looked up the incident report in Zurcher. Near the end of the statement, I asked DEP Holzapfel if there was anything else he wanted to say or if there was anything that occurred that had not been covered. DEP Holzapfel stressed to me that he was very frustrated about the entire situation. He knew it would reflect in a negative way towards the sheriff's office once the integrity, professionalism, trust PUNTA Charlotte County Sheriff's Office incident came out. He was also upset about the fact that he was in the photo that had been posted on Instagram. Summary of Corrections Deputy First Class Michael Wiles' sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 7:58 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy First Class Mike Wiles, hereinafter CDFC Wiles, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, CDFC Wiles was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. CDFC Wiles also read and signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. He advised he understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. CDFC Wiles advised at the beginning of night shift on October 10, 2016, while assigned to escort, he responded to HPOD to conduct blood pressure checks. While making rounds with the nurse, a few of the inmates told him to look over at 33. He then observed inmate McDaniel covered in feces. At that point, he notified his supervisor, Sergeant Fout, and began the decontamination process. CDFC Wiles said inmate McDaniel was showered and cleaned up with no problems. He was later taken to CPOD to be monitored and further evaluated. After the incident, CDFC Wiles said he completed an incident report. He also confirmed some photos had been taken by Sergeant Fout. I asked CDFC Wiles if he did anything with the photos regarding the incident with inmate McDaniel. CDFC Wiles advised around 4 a.m. that morning, DEP Buckley approached him and said he heard his face looked kind of funny in the picture which had been taken with inmate McDaniel. DEP Buckley asked him if he could send the picture to him so he could see it. CDFC Wiles advised he sent it to DEP Buckley's personal Gmail. I asked CDFC Wiles how the picture Sergeant Fout took, for documentation of the incident, got to his email. CDFC Wiles explained he took the picture from the report file, then cut and pasted it to his own Gmail account. Afterwards, he sent the picture directly to DEP Buckley's personal Gmail account. CDFC Wiles said DEP integrity, professionalism, trust PA 7. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Buckley later made a meme out of the picture and sent it to CDFC Schmidt via what he thought to be Facebook Messenger. The next morning on October 12, 2016, CDFC Schmidt showed it to him and he said, "Oh my God, that's not on Facebook, right?" CDFC Schmidt told him it was on Messenger, at which time he said he was relieved. CDFC Wiles advised later the same day, he learned CDFC Schmidt had posted the meme on Instagram. He also had heard the lieutenant had called her advising her to take the picture down and that she was going to be in an IA over it. Until that point, CDFC Wiles claims he had no idea CDFC Schmidt had posted the picture on Instagram. CDFC Wiles advised when he found out about the posting, he said to CDFC Schmidt, "I can't believe you did, you can't do that." CDFC Wiles went on to say CDFC Schmidt did not think this through before posting the picture on Instagram and admitted it was poor judgment on everyone's part. CDFC Wiles admitted none of them should have done what they did, and stated, "We were just trying to make light of the situation and it never was intended to be put out on social media. It was just supposed to be between a small group." Summary of Corrections Deputy Eve Jean's sworn statement. On October 20, 2016, at 6:10 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy Eve Jean. Hereinafter DEP Jean, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DEP Jean was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. DEP Jean also read and signed the confidentiality of internal investigation form. He advised he understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. DEP Jean advised on October 10, 2016, while assigned to escort, he was called to H-Pod. Upon his arrival he made contact with CDFC Wiles. CDFC Wiles told him they had to escort the inmate, Leland McDaniel, who had smeared feces on himself, to the shower. He and CDFC Wiles walked inmate McDaniel to the shower, and got him cleaned up without any problems. I asked DEP Jean if a supervisor had taken any photos at the scene during the incident. He advised SGT Fout did. I also asked him if he knew anything about a photo of inmate McDaniel being posted on social media. DEP Jean said he heard others on the squad talking integrity, professionalism, trust PA Charlotte County Sheriff's Office about CDFC Schmidt posting something, but he never saw the picture. DEP Jean did not know anything more about Instagram and had no further information relating to the incident. Summary of Corrections Nurse Alea Morse's sworn statement. On November 7, 2016, at 2 p.m., I met with Corrections Nurse Alea Morse. Hereinafter Nurse Alea, at the CCSO jail in order to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing her involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Nurse Alea was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. Nurse Alea also read and sign the confidentiality of internal investigation form. Nurse Alea advised she understood the form and did not have any questions regarding the context of it. Nurse Alea advised she saw a post on Instagram during her lunch break while working at the jail on Wednesday, October 12, 2016. Nurse Alea recognized in the post, and confirmed it was inmate Leland McDaniel. The post was on CDFC Schmidt's public Instagram page. About 4 p.m. when things slowed down, she brought it to her supervisors, Kim Rose, attention. Her supervisor instructed her to bring it to the attention of Corporal Newsom. Nurse Alea later completed an incident report regarding her involvement in this case. I asked Nurse Alea to describe what she saw on Instagram. She advised it was a meme with inmate McDaniel, who had feces smeared on his face. Nurse Alea described the meme as saying the face you make when you should have tried harder in school. I asked her if she was shocked to see the post and her answer was yes. Nurse Alea said she is friends with CDFC Schmidt and follows her on Instagram. I asked Nurse Alea if she knew of anything else being said about the incident. Nurse Alea added that a few people had asked her if she was the one that reported CDFC Schmidt. Integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 9. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Summary of Corrections Deputy First Class Christine Schmidt sworn statement. On October 9, 2016, at approximately 9 a.m., I met with CDFC Christine Schmidt at the District 4 headquarters in order to obtain a sworn recorded statement detailing her involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, CDFC Schmidt was provided any and all material related to this case. She was given ample time to read over and review all the available information. At 10:20 a.m., CDFC Schmidt was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. In addition, CDFC Schmidt signed and acknowledged that she received the Garrity advisory. CDFC Schmidt advised she was made aware of the incident, which occurred on October 10, 2016, involving inmate Leland McDaniel, however she was not directly involved. She said CDFC Wiles called her sometime during their shift and gave her the details and circumstances of the incident. I asked CDFC Schmidt if she knew any of the other officers involved in the incident and her response was, "Once I received the picture I realized Holzapfel was in the picture." CDFC Schmidt advised on Tuesday, October 11, 2016, she arrived home from work at 6 a.m., after shift. She explained she usually sleeps from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. As CDFC Schmidt woke up, she turned off her alarm and saw she had a Facebook message from DEP Buckley. CDFC Schmidt said it was the photo of Wiles and Holzapfel with this inmate with a meme made. She advised she showed it to Wiles and the two of them just kind of started laughing because it was a funny face Wiles was making. It should be known CDFC Wiles and CDFC Schmidt are currently in a relationship, the two of them live together as well. CDFC Schmidt said later the same day she posted the picture on Instagram. She believed it was around 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. I asked her about a comment CDFC Wiles made in his statement regarding the fact. He questioned her as to what social media the picture was on. She said at that particular time the photo was on her personal Facebook Messenger and she had not done anything else with it. CDFC Schmidt advised on October 13, 2016, around 3 p.m. she received a voicemail from Lieutenant Carter saying it was urgent. When she called Lieutenant Carter back, she was told to remove the picture from Instagram, which she immediately did, and she was going to be investigated over it. Once CDFC Schmidt made contact with Lieutenant Carter, she was served with the IA paperwork. CDFC Schmidt was advised she was being temporarily reassigned at that time as well. According to CDFC Schmidt, CDFC Wiles did not know anything about her posting the picture on Instagram until she received the call from Lieutenant Carter about the IA investigation. CDFC Schmidt said CDFC Wiles was extremely upset and shocked when he found out. Her response was, "I didn't mean any harm by it." CDFC Schmidt went on to say when she originally looked at the picture and posted it on Instagram, all she was thinking about was people on Instagram would know Wiles and find his facial expression funny. CDFC Schmidt said she was literally laughing at him by what she said, she wasn't trying to mock the inmate. CDFC Schmidt's comment under her posting was, "When your shift starts out with a shit face. LMAO at MPW copyright," which meant, laughing my ass off at Michael P. Wiles. I advised CDFC Schmidt that if someone outside of her group was viewing the meme, it would be very easy to assume the saying was referring to the inmate and actually mocking him. I asked her if she realized the seriousness of taking a picture like that of an inmate and posting it on the internet. CDFC Schmidt advised she understood and was in no way trying to mock inmate McDaniel. She explained she has a good rapport with inmates and can even sympathize with their issues. CDFC Schmidt did say she didn't realize inmate McDaniel was a inmate. I asked CDFC Schmidt to look back at everything that's occurred and tell me what her thoughts were. Her response was, "It was obviously a clear mistake. I was not thinking about how it could possibly affect my job, or how it could affect people in the picture, including the inmate." CDFC Schmidt went on to say, "It was a poor lack of judgment on my part and it's something I will never ever do again." CDFC Wiles and DEP Buckley are notified of IA filed against them. On November 15, 2016, this case and all of the above information was reviewed by members of command staff. Due to the nature of CDFC Wiles and DEP integrity, professionalism, trust PAGEI 11. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Buckley's involvement, it was determined that both CDFC Wiles and DEP Buckley be served as subject officers in this investigation for violating policies regarding conduct unbecoming, and violation of official procedures or directives. On November 16, 2016, CDFC Wiles was personally notified via inter-office memorandum, and on November 17, 2016, DEP Buckley was personally notified with a memorandum as well. Summary of Corrections Deputy Ryan Buckley's sworn statement as subject officer. On November 29, 2016, at approximately 5 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy Ryan Buckley at the District 4 headquarters in order to obtain a sworn recorded statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DEP Buckley was provided any and all material related to this case. He was given ample time to read over and review all the available information. At 5:35 p.m., DEP Buckley was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. In addition, DEP Buckley signed and acknowledged that he received the Garrity advisory. During the interview, DEP Buckley admitted again to asking CDFC Wiles to send him the original picture of inmate McDaniel and CDFC Wiles. DEP Buckley stated he received the picture to his personal phone in his Gmail account. He later Created a meme out of the picture stating the face you make when you realize you should have tried harder in school. DEP Buckley swears the phrase was in regard to the facial expression of CDFC Wiles and had nothing to do with inmate McDaniel. DEP Buckley advised after he created the meme he sent it to CDFC Schmidt's personal Facebook Messenger account so she and CDFC Wiles could view the meme. He said it was only intended for the three of them to view and had no idea CDFC Wiles would ever post the meme on Instagram. At the end of the statement I asked DEP Buckley if he thought creating the meme was a wise decision. His response was absolutely not, I'm ashamed. He went on to say I'm really sorry, it was a really stupid thing to do and it was not very integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 12. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Professional. I asked DEP Buckley if there was anything else he wanted to add or anything I didn't cover before ending the interview. DEP Buckley stated nothing like this will ever happen again, I hope it can be forgiven and I'm just ashamed and sorry you know. DEP Buckley's entire statement corroborated with the information he provided during his first interview as well as the information given by CDFC Schmidt and CDFC Wiles. Summary of Corrections Deputy First Class Michael Wiles sworn statement. As Subject Officer. On November 30, 2016, at approximately 5:15 p.m., I met with Corrections Deputy First Class Michael Wiles at the District 4 headquarters in order to obtain a sworn recorded statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, CDFC Wiles was provided any and all material related to this case. He was given ample time to read over and review all the available information. At 5:40 p.m., CDFC Wiles was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. In addition, CDFC Wiles signed and acknowledged that he received the Garrity advisory. During the interview, CDFC Wiles confirmed again DEP Buckley approached him while on duty and asked him to send the picture of inmate McDaniel and himself to DEP Buckley's personal Gmail account. CDFC Wiles said he cut and pasted the picture out of Zerker and logged onto his personal Gmail account from one of the CCSO computers. He then pasted the picture into his personal Gmail account and sent it to DEP Buckley's personal outside Gmail account. CDFC Wiles admitted he knew DEP Buckley was going to create a meme out of the picture. CDFC Wiles advised the next day he saw the meme created by DEP Buckley, stating the face you make when you realize you should have tried harder in school. The meme was shown to him by CDFC Schmidt, who presently lives with him. CDFC Wiles said he specifically asked CDFC Schmidt if the picture was on Facebook and she told him it was on her personal Facebook Messenger. He said, integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 13. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. He was relieved to know it was just on CDFC Schmidt's Facebook Messenger and not on regular Facebook. Later the same day, CDFC Wiles said he learned CDFC Schmidt had posted the meme on her personal Instagram account. The two of them were together when CDFC Schmidt received a call from Lieutenant T. Carter advising her to immediately remove the post off of her Instagram account. CDFC Schmidt was later served with papers advising her there was an active internal affairs investigation open regarding the Instagram post. At the end of the interview I asked CDFC Wiles if there was anything else he wanted to add or anything I didn't cover before ending the interview. CDFC Wiles stated, I apologize for this happening because it was not my intent for this to go to this level, I promise it won't happen again. CDFC Wiles' entire statement corroborated with the information he provided during his first interview, as well as with the information given by CDFC Schmidt and DEP Buckley. Conclusion. During the course of this investigation, I have reviewed the incident reports provided by CDFC Michael Wiles, Nurse Alea Morse, Corporal Howard Newsom and Lieutenant Tabitha Carter. I have also obtained all witness statements and supporting information, along with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office General Order 3.50, the Policy Governing Guidelines for Appropriate Conduct/Disciplinary Procedures. Based on the statements provided by Deputy Buckley, Deputy Holzapfel, Deputy Jean, CDFC Wiles, Nurse Alea Morse, Sergeant Cruz, Sergeant Fout, and CDFC Schmidt. It is clear that CDFC Schmidt, CDFC Wiles, and DEP Buckley violated policies and procedures by their various actions. It is clear the original picture of inmate Leland McDaniel taken by Sergeant Fout for documentation of the incident was cut and pasted from Zerker by CDFC Wiles and sent to DEP Buckley's personal Gmail account. It is also clear DEP Buckley took the photo and created a meme out of it stating the face you make when you integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 14. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Realize you should have tried harder in school. The picture was then forwarded to CDFC Schmidt's personal Facebook Messenger account by DEP Buckley. In conclusion, it is clear CDFC Schmidt took the picture received from DEP Buckley and posted it on her public Instagram page. These facts are confirmed through physical evidence, as well as statements given by CDFC Schmidt, CDFC Wiles, and DEP Buckley admitting to their involvement. This investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate CDFC Schmidt violated Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Manual GO #3.50F.4.D.12. Conduct unbecoming and the charge is sustained. CDFC Schmidt violated the above policy by posting the above mentioned meme of an inmate and 2 CCSO deputies on social media/Instagram. Her conduct was unbecoming, and her actions reflected poorly on the sheriff's office and its core values, as well as that of a corrections officer. This investigator also finds there is a preponderance of evidence indicating CDFC Schmidt violated GO #3.50F.4.B.3 violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering person or property, and the charge is sustained. CDFC Schmidt violated the above-mentioned policy by taking the photo, which was created for documentation of an incident occurring within the secure jail facility, and posting it on social media. This investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate CDFC Wiles violated Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Manual GO #3.50F.4.D.12. Conduct unbecoming and the charge is sustained. CDFC Wiles violated the above policy by obtaining the original picture of inmate Leland McDaniel, taken by Sergeant Fout for documentation of the incident, cutting and pasting the photo from Zerker, and sending it to DEP Buckley's personal Gmail account. His conduct was unbecoming, and his actions reflected poorly on the sheriff's office and its core values, as well as that of a corrections officer. In addition, this investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate CDFC Wiles violated GO #3.50F.4.B.3 violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering person or property, and the charge is sustained. CDFC Wiles violated the above-mentioned policy by taking the photo, which was integrity, professionalism, trust PA GEI 15. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Created for documentation of an incident occurring within the secure jail facility, and sending it to an outside personal Gmail account for personal use, knowing the photo was going to be used for a meme. This investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate Deputy Buckley violated Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Manual GO #3.50F.4.D.12. Conduct unbecoming and the charge is sustained. Deputy Buckley violated the above policy by taking the photo he received from CDFC Wiles of inmate Leland and CDFC Wiles and creating a meme out of it stating the face you make when you realize you should have tried harder in school. Deputy Buckley then forwarded the picture/meme to CDFC Schmidt's personal Facebook Messenger account. His conduct was unbecoming, and his actions reflected poorly on the Sheriff's Office and its core values, as well as that of a corrections officer. In conclusion, this investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate Deputy Buckley violated GO #3.50F.4.B.3 violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering person or property, and the charge is sustained. Deputy Buckley violated the above-mentioned policy by taking the photo, which was created for documentation of an incident occurring within the secured jail facility, and creating a meme out of it, then sending it to an outside personal Gmail account for personal use. I, the undersigned, do hereby swear, under penalty of perjury, to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, I have not knowingly or willfully deprived, or allowed another to deprive, the subject of the investigation of any rights contained in SS 112.532 and 112.533, Florida Statutes. Scott Clemens, Sergeant, Internal Affairs, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Integrity, Professionalism, Trust PA GEI 16. 2. From Sheriff Bill Prummell, 7474 Utilities Road, Punta Gorda, Florida 33982. 941-639-2101. Inter-Office Memorandum. Sergeant Scott Clemens. Date, October 13, 2016. Internal Affairs. Major Earl Goodwine. Subject, CDFC. Chrysayton Schmidt number 2796. On October 13, 2016 I received incident reports indicating that CDFC Schmidt used official photos from a jail incident inappropriately on a social media site. Based on a preliminary investigation, I am requesting an internal investigation of CDFC Christine Schmidt regarding this allegation for the charge of conduct unbecoming, GO 3.soft.4.D.12. Violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering person or property, GO 3.soft.4.B.3. Inter-Office Memorandum. Sheriff Bill Prummell, 7474 Uttlestills Road, Punta Gorda, Florida 33982. 941, 639 to 210. C1. CDFC Christine Schmidt. Date, October 13, 2016. Sergeant Scott Clemens. Internal Affairs. Subject, IA 16-10. A complaint has been filed against you and is being investigated by the Internal Affairs Unit. It is alleged that on October 12, 2016, you posted a captioned picture on your Instagram, mocking an inmate at the Charlotte County Jail. You are instructed to cooperate with the Internal Affairs investigator assigned to this case. Please be prepared to reply to questions dealing with conduct unbecoming and violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering persons or property, CCSO operations. Manual GO 3.50F.4.D.12 and 3.50F.4.B.3. In addition, you are hereby instructed to remove the above-mentioned Instagram post from any and all of your personal social media accounts immediately. Any violations of Charlotte County Sheriff's Office rules, regulations, or policies arising from this complaint will also be identified. Also, according to Florida State Statutes 112.532, attached, please find a copy of the state statute. Regarding law enforcement officers' rights, Florida State Statute 112.533, confidentiality of an internal investigation, and this notice of complaint. Respectful. Y. SP3SF. Internal Affairs Investigator. SGT/SRR. Enclosure, S. 2. From Sheriff Bill Prummell. 7474 Utilities Road. Punta Gorda, Florida 33982. 941-639-2101. Inter-Office Memorandum. CDFC Michael Wiles. Sergeant Scott Clemens. Internal Affairs. Date, November 16, 2016. Subject, IA 16-10. A complaint has been filed against you and is being investigated by the Internal Affairs Unit. It is alleged that on October 12, 2016, you provided a picture to a co-worker that was posted to Instagram, which mocked an inmate at the Charlotte County Jail. You are instructed to cooperate with the internal affairs investigator assigned to this case. Please be prepared to reply to questions dealing with conduct unbecoming and violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering persons or property, CCSO operations. Manual GO 3.50 F.4.D.12 and 3.50 F.4.B.3. Any violations of Charlotte County Sheriff's Office rules, regulations, or policies arising from this complaint will also be identified. Also, according to Florida State Statutes 112.532, attached, please find a copy of the state statute. Regarding law enforcement officers' rights, Florida State Statute 112.533, confidentiality of an internal investigation, and this notice of complaint. Respectfully. SGT. Internal Affairs Investigator. SGT/SRR. Enclosure, S. 2. From Sheriff Bill Prummell. 7474 Utilities Road. Punta Gorda, Florida 33982. 941-639-2101. Inter-Office Memorandum. Deputy Ryan Buckley. Sergeant Scott Clemens. Internal Affairs. Date, November 16, 2016. Subject, IA 16-10. A complaint has been filed against you and is being investigated by the Internal Affairs Unit. It is alleged that on October 121/2016, you created a captioned picture that was posted to Instagram, mocking an inmate at the Charlotte County Jail. You are instructed to cooperate with the internal affairs investigator assigned to this case. Please be prepared to reply to questions dealing with conduct unbecoming and violation of official procedures or directives, not endangering persons or property, CCSO operations. Manual GO 3.50 F.4.D.12 and 3.50 F.4.B.3. Any violations of Charlotte County Sheriff's Office rules, regulations, or policies arising from this complaint will also be identified. Also, according to Florida State Statutes 112.532, attached, please find a copy of the state statute. Regarding law enforcement officers' rights, Florida State Statute 112.533, confidentiality of an intima investigation, and this notice of complaint. Respectfully. SGT/SRR. Enclosure, S.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
For life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
hard
for
part
us, Sheriff.
in
Just
keeping
keep that in
up.
mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.